Okay, today's a day I'm going to start on doing my fence line. Straight down that way. I got my wheelbarrow. I think I've got all the tools I need that's in here, I believe. I hope. And then I'll show you what I made. You know, I took this old dolly cart. I welded on this pipe on a plate. I bolted the plate to the cart. So if I ever needed to have another dolly, all you do is unbolt it and put it at the side. But where I'm getting at is that pipe fits directly inside there. So I can wheel that thing over there, I can stand the dolly up, and I can pull my fencing off the dolly without falling over. I've done this fence line up this way with it, and I did one of my buddy's fence lines. We went and did it. Let me get it mounted on there, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's standing there. There it is. All you do is, like the roll you seen was laying on the ground, I just grabbed the cart, flipped it on its side, and just stabbed it, and just grabbed the roll, picked it up. And then all we're going to do is just grab this, and we'll walk it back there. Just the way I was kind of showing you. I know it was a bad picture. Anyway, but, so now we just need to go ahead and start bringing all our stuff down that way, because I'm going to start down there and I'm going to pull it this direction. You see the fence right there. I'll go ahead and take the clips off it, and I'll let it unravel, and I'll pull it across here, all the way around this whole setup. I'll drag it across and go to that fence line. From there, I'll be connected to the fence line, and I'll pull it this way, back through. I'll probably use this tree to pull it nice and tight, get it strapped off, and then we'll go this direction. I'll find somewhere down there to pull from another tree from the side a little bit, and we'll just keep on going. We'll pull it all the way down. Alright, you can see how this is going to unwind. Alright, you guys see that? Okay, what was going on here is when this thing, if I don't put this is the fence puller. If I don't put that there, I don't put the hook in here to hold it, this will want to fold over this way. I've always learned, just put this right here, that on there. I've actually got this tie strap, the tie bungeed or to a T-post, and I can just pull this out. And I gotta pull all the way out here and go around that post and over to that fence. So that's what I'm trying to get done right now. All right, we got the first 100-foot roll done. We ended right there. So it's all looking pretty good. All right, I need to go get the other roll. It's down there by my truck. But also, I need to go walk Willow. It's been about an hour and a half. So I'm gonna take a quick break, get that other roll over here, and then we'll be back after it. Alright guys, I've got two ends that I got put together. If you can notice, I got this, I cut off, if this piece was right here, I just cut that all off. So I end up with, what, a 2-inch piece of metal. I've done it on both sides of my fence. So what I do is I always go, try to triple your fence so it's 3 squares before I fold, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I've got 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole. 1 hole, 2 hole, 3 hole. I put them all together, and then I find that spot, and I bend this fence over. It's the same thing I did at the chicken coop. The chicken coop I did at 2. I didn't need to go 3. But because we're pulling so hard in this fence, and I'll show you what else I got to do. I'll take it and just pick it up, roll it around. I know, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing in there. And I just keep rolling it. I don't know if you guys get a good look, you can see that. I just roll the fence all the way through. I just keep grabbing it and I'll roll it up to the next link. This one here, I will kind of like roll it down to the next link. I'll show you what else I do. Now guys, they do make collars that slip over the ends of the wire, and the other wire slips together, and you just crimp it. But this is such a small wire, and I feel it's stronger this way. The big heavy cattle fencing, they do have a collar, and you just slip 2 ends of your wire in it, and you crimp it real hard, and it doesn't come apart. But I don't do it in this because I just think we need to be, I think it's stronger this way. So everywhere that I fold it over double on two ends, I just squeeze in a special tool. I'll burn one and I'll show you what I mean. Put it in your tool. It has a little groove in here that sets in. And all you're going to do is take it and squeeze it. And there you go. So this is a backup. In case one of these break, we have that there also. So I'm going to put them on both sides, going all the way down. Not every spot, I'll skip a few. But every double on each end, I go like right, because this is going to be, these are really hard pulled fences now. I'll go down every 3. And I'll put it on there. There it goes. Okay, I need a couple more, and we are through. Actually, I'm going to do 4 more. That's a long ways down to the bottom. You can see how fast it is. And these really ain't doing nothing right now at all unless this wire strands start to break, then it has that to hold it. So it's just an emergency, something to catch the fence so it doesn't break open where you put it together. As you can see, oh, sorry guys, give you a close-up what that looks like. You can see how I bent the wire around it, both sides, so both fences are hooked to each other. I did that all the way down, okay, on both sides, and then I hog wire clipped 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 times. So now what we need to do is pull out some more fencing. That's my second 100 roll. Take it down to the second tree. There's a chain and a come along, so I'm going to pull that down that far, and I'll hook up the come along, and I'll start pulling it. All right, as you see, I'm using a come along. Here's Happy, she's out with me. We're tightening this down. We're pulling it. And now we'll go along and make sure the fence isn't hooking on the T-posts. Like this one, it did hook. I'm going to go ahead and give it a couple more cranks on it, and then we'll say it's good. And then I'm going to start going down there putting the T-post clips on. Let's get a couple more pulls. And I think we're good. All right, I'm going to head down there and do some T-post clipping. All right, as you can see, I got the fence in there. You can see it goes up and down. I don't have any choice because of the root systems of all the trees are in here. I've got a pick fork, and I tried going through there. And you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Between the 4th and 5th, there's some big roots. I mean, they're big. Goes right across. So I can't. So I got to go up and down. As you can see, that it doesn't look pretty, but it's in the woods. I'm not too worried about it. It looks nice and straight though, and it's nice and tight down this end. So, all right. Now what I need to do is take this loose and string out the rest of this as far as it can go. We'll go from there. All right. So I'm going to get this undone. You know what? I want to touch base with you in this thing too. You can see what this does. All right, this is your ratchet, your winch. Here's the attachment that hooks to the winch. There's some eyes. These boards split apart. They just split apart, and we squeeze the fencing. I'll show you more when we get it apart, so you know what I'm talking about. All right, I'm going to show you how this works. I took these nuts off, all those down here, so all the nuts are off. All I'm going to do is pull it apart, and you can see that these bolts, you want them all in the same row, so when you're pulling, it's actually pulling against that rail, and it pulls it completely flat. So, all right, I am going to go ahead and pinch those together. Got to make sure all the bolts are coming through the same hole, same fence. They all look good. Now what I normally do is I'll kick it to the side you're pulling, so you make sure the fence is going to be tied up against that. Your bolt's going to be tied up against the fence, and tighten it down. All right, that's good. Now you can see the hooks will go into this, into all three of those eyelets, and it's in there. Now I just need to get the chain hook ran and get that all hooked up. All right, this is a couple days later, and we're going to continue on the fence. I just made, I guess I just did maybe 75 feet. Now you can see the roll, the fence is a little loose, and that's because there's nothing hooked to it now. We quit pulling on it. I pulled all this straight through. Let me show you. We're always, this stuff here, if you see is loose, will tighten up. But also, like this one here is where I'm going to have to make an adjustment because it's really big. But when I pull it more, I'll have more to, I'll show you what's going to happen. But I do want to show you all the way down here where I do a split, where I tie them together. And I've already showed you that once before. And this is the post right here where it's at. So you can kind of see how I, you know, 1, 2, 3 spaces. The cover, the split's right in here. But how I fold everything over, I give it plenty of room to tie it all together, fold everything. Hey! Alright, as I was going to show you how you splice this together, Frank from Frank and Tina called me up. So we chatted for a little while. So anyway, this is how I splice everything together. I've showed you before, same way. I cut the ends off the end of the... I need to show you my next one again. I think I showed you already. But then I use these clips and tie it all together. And this is pulled super tight. So it's strong, it's going nowhere. And so now we just need to go on down here. You can actually see how the fence got loose on top. Watch this, because I quit pulling on it. But once I get the pull all the way straight through, and you can see the last big pipe way back there. It's probably about another 40 feet back that direction. And I'll get pulled real tight and get it set up. Look, I went through that big puddle of water right there. We had massive rains this weekend. Anyway, I'll do the final adjustment how you tighten up all your fence posts. So, all right, let me take this down here. I need to roll this fence out. Let me show you where we're going to be. I got a set AT post. This fencing here will go by another 10 feet, probably another 15 feet right here. I got a T-post line right there. It's going to go over here somewhere, and then I have to continue over another 30, 40, 50. We got 50 feet to go. And here's some more wire right here. All right, I got this fence line. The fence itself is basically done. As you can see now, I know nobody needs to tell me that big tree should not be there. But guys, I don't like cutting down trees. If the tree falls on it, I'll cut the tree up for firewood and replace that part of the fence. Other than that, I'm not cutting down that one tree, if you know what I mean. I know I get a million other oaks out here, but that's a big one, and I like it. So for now, it stays. Anyway, this is pretty much done. I've got it all the way over to this H-post. I kind of cut, hard to explain. I left a couple long strips. The thing was way out here, the fence. I cut it up, took it, wrapped it around the post, lead it, you know, real good, tight. What I will be doing tomorrow, I have some of this barbed wire, and I'll wrap it all the way around the post, all the way around it, and I'll do both posts all the way around it. This barbed wire is smaller than what this is. I have got, I don't know what it is, 6 or 8 rolls that of this, and that is going to be going across the top of this next. But we're really tomorrow next we'll be do this first, secure these ends right here, and then I'll start putting this on top. So this is done. It's nice and tight. It's pretty good. And I mean, if you look, I'm kind of hitting on it pretty good. And so you can see it's tight. And there is a couple places I've got to go through, and I'll show you how you make that adjustment. And a lot of people probably know it, but if they don't, I'll show you. But you can see all the way up that direction. Fence is done all the way up. Looking good. And continue on. I told you that before, and guess what? I am a dummy. The keys of my truck are on that branch. And look, I have no way. I got no way of getting it. Don't laugh too hard, guys. I can't see. Keys, I think, should be maybe right there. Right there. Oh man, I got a case of the dumb, you know what. I guess I'll have my wife come pick me up over here. Drive me back around. I'll walk through the woods and get the keys. Then I have her drive me back around up here so I can get the truck. Alright guys, we're gonna go. Take it easy.